Our brain is amazing. We are all born with this very smart device which has been gifted to us by nature, designed by nature. We often take it for granted and we keep all our memories, our abilities, and our skills in this device saved. It is the organ which makes us who we are and which is responsible for our identity. This is our very own brain. Brain Week is an initiative by the Indian Academy of Neurology, and today, 16th December 2021, is the first day of that week for this year. This occasion is used to have programs which will increase the awareness for brain health and its related disorders. So, hello everyone. On the occasion of Brain Week, here I am, Dr. Purnima Gauri, with my channel renamed as Dr. Purnima Gauri's Neuro Advocacy. So, we will be discussing different topics related to brain and brain health. It is my attempt to bridge the gap between research and the information needed by the people. So today we are going to cover a few fun facts about the brain, and in the following week we will be discussing some of the disorders which are common presentations of the neurological problems. So let us see the weight of the brain. The weight of the brain is 1.4 kilograms. Now considering that an average person would weigh around 70, in that comparison the weight of the brain is around 2% of the body weight. However, if we look at the blood supply of the brain takes up 20% of the blood supply as compared to the other organs of the body, which just goes to show that the brain needs so much blood because it is working that much. So, brain is a very active organ, whether we are awake, half asleep, deep sleep, or dream sleep. So in different stages of the brain's state of consciousness, brain is always working. The nature of its work goes on changing depending on whether we are awake or whether we are asleep. Now, what in the blood is the nutrient of the brain? So we of course need oxygen. So brain needs oxygen just like all the other organs of the body. It also needs glucose. So oxygen is carried by the hemoglobin and glucose is also carried by the blood to the brain. So these two nutrients are extremely important for the brain. Brain does not quickly use up proteins, or brain does not quickly use up fats. So brain requires glucose in a very easy to use format because it's a very busy organ. And remember, 20% of what you eat is going to the brain because 20% of the blood supply is going to the brain. So if you are consuming alcohol, 20% is going to the brain, smoking 20% is going to the brain, drugs 20% are going to the brain, and mind well, this is the organ responsible for our identity. As I mentioned a little while ago, in all its states, brain is very active. So physiologically, there are three states which are common to all of us, irrespective of our expertise in the way we use our brain. So the first state is the awake state. I am awake right now. If you are listening to my video, then you are awake and attentive. So in this state of the brain, the brain is working in a particular way. The different areas of the brain are working in a particular way. The second stage is that of deep sleep. So in the phase of deep sleep also, the brain is working in a particular way. Mainly the housekeeping functions of the brain will take place in that phase, where the neurotransmitters which are accumulated in the brain cells, they will be cleaned up. Any memory which needs to be converted into the hard drive, that will happen. So consolidation of memory will happen. So a lot of housekeeping functioning, a lot of nurturing functioning occurs in the deep sleep. And then there is the dream sleep, in which again a different state of functioning is there in the brain. So if we look at these SPECT and PET studies of the sleep states, we find that brain is active during sleep as well. It is only the different areas of the brain that become active during deep sleep, during dream sleep, and during awake state. Then there are other states like twilight zones, when we are falling asleep and when we are waking up. And those of you who can meditate, there is yet another stage, which is the stage of meditation. And in this state, there is alertness and yet the brain learns to rest. So this is a very important toolkit. Being able to meditate is a toolkit which we can have with us for the sake of the health of our brain and mind. brain and mind we cannot really separate, because brain is the hardware and mind is the software. So as you know, as you're familiar with all the devices, we cannot disintegrate hardware and software. So same thing, we cannot disintegrate the mind and the brain. So mind is what the brain does, and there are various regions of the brain which are doing different functions. It's an absolutely beautiful organ. So friends, the nervous system is a very beautifully organized system. It's organized in a hierarchical manner. There is one particular leader there, which is the prefrontal lobe, the area of the brain just behind our forehead, and that is the area which is responsible for the very basic part of our personality, and that is the part which regulates the remaining parts of the brain. The remaining parts of the nervous system help the prefrontal cortex to enable us to become a particular kind of person and to live a meaningful life. And all these different parts of the brain are working together like an orchestra, doing their own bits, giving messages to each other, updating. Feedbacks and feed forwards are constantly going on between all the different parts of the brain, and everybody has kind of an equal importance, and that is how the brain works. And it's a source of great learning for us, even to be able to apply this knowledge in our personal and professional lives. So the nervous system, yes, it's a very interesting system to learn about for many reasons. So here I am, Dr. Purnima Gauri. Please like and subscribe to our channel and turn the notifications on so that you will be notified when the next video is up. For the next week, we will be sharing one video every day about some interesting topic about the brain or a related disorder. Signing off once again, Dr. Purnima Gauri, neurologist, artist, and coach, passionate about emotional fitness and mental health, MD of a social profit organization called Niche Advocacy Foundation. And I have my own clinic, Purnima Gauri Neuro Center, in Pune at Pimpri Dilak. Thank you so much. See you again.